Today, we're diving into the life of one of the most revered prophets in Islam, Prophet Yaqub. Known for his incredible patience, devotion to Allah, and his profound family story, Yaqub's life is filled with lessons that resonate with us today. Let's explore his journey, his struggles, and the wisdom he left behind. Yaqub was born to Prophet Ishaq, who was the son of Prophet Ibrahim. Yaqub's family lineage is one of great prophetic heritage. His father, Ishaq, inherited the legacy of prophethood from his father Ibrahim, who is revered as the father of many nations in the Abrahamic faiths. As a prophet, Yaqub was given the responsibility of guiding his people towards the worship of the one true Allah. He was a man of great wisdom and patience, traits that would define much of his life. Like his father Ishaq and grandfather Ibrahim, Yaqub's mission was not easy. His people often faced hardships, and he had to deal with personal trials and family challenges, but his deep trust in Allah's will never wavered. Yaqub has had 12 sons, and it was his relationship with them, especially with his beloved son Yusuf, that forms one of the most famous and emotionally moving stories in the Quran. The Quran reveals that Yaqub had a special affection for his son Yusuf, which stirred jealousy among his other children. In a tragic act of betrayal, they conspired against him, eventually throwing him into a well, convinced he was lost forever. Yaqub's grief over Yusuf's disappearance was profound. His sorrow was so deep that it is said he lost his sight. But despite this immense hardship, Yaqub has never lost hope. His faith remained strong, and he trusted that Allah had a plan, even if he could not yet understand it. The Quran beautifully captures Yaqub's patience. After years of grief, Yaqub's faith never wavered. Allah says in the Quran, "And he Yaqub turned away from them and said, 'How great is my grief for Yusuf,' and his eyes became white from grief, for he was of that a suppressor." After many years, Yusuf, who had been sold into slavery and later rose to power in Egypt, was able to help his family during a famine. His brothers came to Egypt to seek food, and through a series of events, Yusuf finally revealed his true identity to them. Upon hearing the news, Yaqub's heart leapt with joy, and his sight was restored as he reunited with his long-lost son. This was a moment of immense joy, but also a reminder of the trials and trust in Allah's plan. The Quran tells us, "And when the caravan departed, their father said, 'Indeed, I find the smell of Yusuf. If you think me not to be weak in mind.'" This moment reflects Yaqub's deep connection to Allah, his unshaken belief, and the reward of patience. Before his death, Yaqub gathered his sons and reminded them of the importance of faith and submission to Allah. He asked them, "What will you worship after me?" And they responded, "We will worship your God and the God of your forefathers, Ibrahim, Ismail, and Ishaq, one God, and to him we submit." Surah Al-Baqarah 2-133. Yaqub passed away in Egypt, but his legacy lived on through his children, who became the 12 tribes of Israel, and through his teachings of patience, faith, and trust in Allah. There are several powerful lessons we can learn from the life of Prophet Yaqub. 1. Patience in times of hardship. Yaqub's sorrow over Yusuf's loss shows us that patience in difficult times leads to eventual relief. Allah's timing is perfect. 2. Trust in Allah's plan. Despite facing many trials, Yaqub never doubted Allah's wisdom. His story teaches us to have faith that Allah knows what's best for us. 3. Forgiveness and reconciliation. When Yaqub forgave his sons for their betrayal, he showed us the power of forgiveness in family and relationships. 4. The importance of faith in family. Yaqub's final advice to his sons shows the value of passing on faith to the next generation and the importance of family unity under the worship of Allah. Prophet Yaqub's life is a timeless reminder of the power of patience, faith, and the importance of trusting in Allah's plan. His story continues to inspire millions around the world. Let us learn from his example and strive to embody these virtues in our own lives.